Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to see you again. I got up bright and early today because I wanted to make a loaf of pandem. A pandem is a French sandwich bread, and it's baked in this covered loaf pan. And this is what the bread looks like. So it's perfectly rectangular, and the loaf doesn't have a crown like traditional bread does because it was baked in the covered pan. I'm going to let this cool on a wire rack. And that loaf will be for the freezer. And then I want to make the exact same loaf for you, which we can enjoy some of today for afternoon tea. Also, I want to unbox some new tea gear that recently arrived. I haven't opened the box yet because I wanted to share the experience with you. And then this afternoon, we can enjoy our new tea gear with homemade bread and homemade jam out on the porch. And we can be on the porch because I finally bought some porch furniture. So pandem is the very best bread for tea sandwiches. It has a firm but moist crumb. It's not a crumbly bread, and it's really easy to remove the crust for tea sandwiches. And the recipe I'm following is from King Arthur, and I will link the recipe in the description below. You do not have to subscribe to the King Arthur website. The recipes are free. And mercifully, the recipes are written out in both cups and grams. So I need warm water, active dry yeast, I also need some sugar just to give this yeast a little kickstart. And then whisk. And then I'm going to let this sit for about 5 minutes until the yeast foams and proves to me that it is active. So we are all foamed up here. Back to the scale. Warm milk. Room temperature butter. Mine is a little warmer than room temperature, but that's fine. So pandem is a buttery bread. Absolutely delicious. Salt. And I have to keep zeroing out my scale each time I add a new ingredient. Now I need some non-fat dry milk. This is the milk that you and I bought together in bulk at the Amish store about a year ago. I'm really glad I bought it in bulk. And the non-fat dry milk, as well as the whole milk that we added earlier, gives the bread a certain softness. Then I need either potato flour or instant potato flakes. These are just dehydrated potato flakes. This was another item that I bought in bulk from the Amish shop. My scale is zeroed out. Now I need 570 grams of all-purpose flour, or you could use bread flour here. 571 grams, close enough. We can put our scale away. Then I'm going to mix and knead the dough in my stand mixer, although you could absolutely mix and knead the dough entirely by hand. And I'm going to knead the dough for about 10 minutes or until the dough is smooth and elastic and only slightly sticky. check this dough. Oh, it feels terrific. So it's very smooth. It's only slightly sticky. I need to transfer this dough to a clean bowl, which I'm going to grease with some avocado spray, avocado oil spray. I'm going to spray my hand as well. This is beautiful dough. So this recipe makes enough for a 13-inch long pandem pan, which is also known as a Pullman pan. So it's 13 inches by, well, it's 13 inches long, 4 inches wide, and 4 inches deep. And I can put a link to the pan in the description below if you are in the market for such a pan. Now we can cover this with a damp towel or with cling film. And then I'm going to place this in my proofing oven for about 90 minutes or even 2 hours until the dough becomes very puffy and at least nearly doubled in volume. And of course, you do not need a proofing oven in order to proof bread dough. It just rises, well, the dough rises more quickly in a warm environment. Going to get cleaned up here, and then we can have a look at the tea pieces that a company called Ainsley sent me recently. And again, I did not open the box yet because I wanted to share the experience with you. So here is the box that arrived. I already opened the top of the box, but I have not opened any of its contents. Let's see. Very pretty packaging. So this is the company, Ainsley, and it says, from England, 1775, fine bone china. So this company has been around since 1775. We have a lot of boxes within a box. Let's take all of these out of here. This looks like a little milk or cream jug. I do like the pattern. So this company had contacted me about a month ago and asked if they could send me some fine bone china tea pieces. And I looked at their website and I found some really beautiful pieces, and I said, sure. And oops, and I would be happy to show them to you. I guess this is a little sugar bowl. I will look for the pattern name in just a moment. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. Well, this is certainly right up my alley because it seems to be garden scenes with flowers and greens. I'm just pulling this little label off. And, saucer. Oh, you can really see the pattern here. I am a big fan of afternoon tea, and I love beautiful serving pieces. Oh, here's the teapot. think this pattern is called pembroke. It's a chinoiserie. It reminds me of the wallpaper in my music room, which is also chinoiserie. And what is over here? Ah, these are the much needed dessert plates on which to serve scones or jam and bread or tea sandwiches. And I think this teapot is just large enough to hold 2 cups of tea. So we just checked. This is the Pembroke Oban tea set, and it's intended for a small tea gathering, 1 or 2 people, which is really perfect for me. I'm going to get all of this washed up, and then we can definitely use it for afternoon tea today. And right after I wash all of these pieces, we can head outside because I want to show you the new porch furniture. So before I show you the porch furniture, let me explain how it came into my world. Last Saturday, while I was having a nap, I suddenly got a text message from Lisette, who told me she was with her mom at a local church, and that church was having a tag sale. And amongst the pieces was a 4-piece wicker patio set. I have been looking for a wicker set for a very long time, and the set was only $100. So I woke up very quickly and texted Lisette and said, yes, grab it. She did, and her mom happened to have their truck with her, so she was able to deliver it right away. And here it is. So the 4-piece set involves this love seat and this chair and a coffee table that goes, I guess, in front of the love seat, and a side table to accompany the chair. Now, I want to buy cushions for this furniture, but before we can do that, I really need to clean all of the leaves off of the front porch. So let's do that right now. Well, I think I like this arrangement, but I'm not sure whether this chair and side table should be on this side or on the other side, or maybe the chair over here and the little side table over here. In the comments, you can let me know what you think about the arrangement. And in any event, I do want to find a cushion for the love seat and for the chair. It's the end of the season. The pickings will be slim, but I really want to try to find cushions. So let's head to the local odd lot store. Well, as I said, it was slim pickings, but I think this cushion will work for this chair. It does. And a good thing too, because this was the last chair cushion that Odd Lot had. And my only choices for love seat cushions were red or this green kind of tropical design. Ah, it fits. This is my lucky day. Let's try this. I love it. And I think this pattern will pretty much match the pattern on the new tea pieces. And at this point, I think our bread has probably finished its first rise. Let's go have a look. Well, this has pretty much doubled in volume. It is definitely puffy. I need to deflate the dough and then form it into a loaf. I will need my marble board. And I'm going to lightly grease this board with avocado oil spray. Also going to grease my hands. And I did wash my hands after shopping and moving that furniture. Oh, it's beautiful. You can see the strands of gluten in here. And I need my pandem pan or Pullman pan, which I am also going to just very lightly grease. I need a little cushion for my board. So I want to form this dough the same length as this pan. And then I take the upper corners, fold them over like bat wings, and then I start rolling very tightly from the top, and I push with my thumbs with every revolution to seal the dough. And then this flap can go over. Pinch to seal. And into the pan it goes, seam side down. And then we flatten it out. Make sure it reaches the corners. Once again, I need to cover the dough with either a damp towel or cling film. And I need to let the dough rise until it reaches about 1 inch from the top of the pan. That will take about 45 minutes. Meantime, I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. And while we wait for the dough to rise, I want to go snip some flowers and make a little arrangement that we can put on that wicker side table that we just placed on the porch. I also clipped some yew branches from my garden because I love using them in flower arrangements. They always beef up the works, and they help to hold the cut stems in place. And just a reminder, these are all of the flowers that you and I grew together from seed. These are the sweet peas that you and I planted. They are spectacularly fragrant, and I am shocked that they are still producing this late in the season because they tend to like cool temperatures, and today is not particularly cool. Unfortunately, some of my zinnias got smashed when I placed the snapdragons on top of them. So I cannot use them in this arrangement. And I think this arrangement looks fairly respectable. And again, these sweet peas have a very strong, very beautiful perfume. Let's go see what this looks like on the side table. So let's check our loaf here. So the dough has reached about 1 inch from the top of the pan. So now we can cover it. I think I'm doing this the wrong way. Here we go. And then this goes into the preheated oven for 25 minutes, after which I will remove the lid and continue baking for another 10 minutes. And while we wait on the new pandem to finish baking, I think we can go ahead and slice into this pandem. This is really intended for the freezer, but I want to slice it first. And I have my excellent Japanese bread knife here. And I want to show you how thinly you can slice this bread. Look at that. And this is what I mean by a tight crumb. So there are no big air pockets in it. And for tea sandwiches, you really want thinly sliced bread. Beautiful. You can almost see through this bread. It's so thinly sliced. Now, I think I will do a couple of thick slices that we can toast and enjoy with homemade jam and butter for a little afternoon tea treat. So this bread is not only great for tea sandwiches, it's great for canapes, it's great for French toast, it's great for Texas toast, and all kinds of sandwiches. And I'm going to toast this bread in my little toaster oven over here. I have 2 slices of bread that I've already toasted. So now I want to boil some water so we can make tea. think we should enjoy Earl Grey tea with our homemade jam and homemade bread. And I did warm this teapot earlier by pouring boiling water into the pot, letting it sit there for a minute, and then pouring that water off. And while we wait for the tea to steep, let me grab my toast. And I have some nice Kerrygold softened butter here. It's our pandem, loaf number 2 already. It's beautiful. Just gorgeous. Of course, I need to let this cool completely. Now back to our toast. I need to add some jam. And this is the strawberry freezer jam that you and I made together back in June when strawberries were at their peak of deliciousness. And I have decided that I do love this little tea for 2 set. And again, I will put a link for the set in the description box below. And if there is, I will contact the company to find out if there is any kind of discount code. And if there is, I will be sure to include that. So let's bring this out to the porch. Lizette is joining me for this tea with jam and bread. Isn't that a song from The Sound of Music? I'm going to live dangerously and add just a tiny spoonful of sugar to my tea. And a little milk. This is delicious. And I love having this porch furniture out here. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I do. Now Lizette and I are going to do a taste test. Lizette, what do you think?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Well, I'm so glad. This bread is just incredible. Again, it has a very tight crumb, but it is moist and yeasty, and well, it is just a perfect loaf of bread. I would say that this is the kind of bread that deserves excellent quality butter and the very best strawberry jam you can achieve. Thank you so much for spending time with me today as we made this beautiful pandem, which is also known as French sandwich bread. And we unboxed this new tea gear, which again, I really love. And we set up the new patio furniture. And as luck would have it, we were able to actually find cushions for the chair and the love seat. And I also wanted to thank you for allowing me into your home a couple of times a week. That just means the world to me. And until the next video, please treat yourself very, very well. Please try this pandem, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye for now, friends.